Aloha, boy, everyone. In the webs, today we're going to show you do a prime rib roast, but in this video, we're going to show you the end results first, and then the step-by-steps to get juicy and tender prime rib. All right, here we go. We got this nice prime rib. I've already washed my hands. Again, it's only a 2-pound prime rib, only one bone inside of there. Now, what do? We're going to go ahead and take it. We're going to cut the bone out. And how do we cut the bone out? We're going to go ahead and let it rest in this fashion. We're going to gently take the knife and follow that bone. Okay? Use a chef knife, carving knife. I'm just going to follow the bone all the way through. Smells so good. All the herbs. Let it fall down. Okay. Everybody always says this is the good part of the bone. I do. I like this look. I like this part. And the reality of this is, yes, I will take it tomorrow. I will save it for tomorrow. Put it in the air fryer or toaster oven. Let it crisp up for my breakfast. Okay. Now we're going to slice into this. This is prime rib, so we're going to slice into it this way. We're going to slice into it this way. Take my plate here. Put my nice rib on there. And if you, again, I washed my hands, right? The thickness of this is about 2 inches. So if I want to get a good, nice prime rib slice, I'm going to slice it all the way through. Excuse me, halfway through. This would be not the knife of my choice. Because of the fact that it's a long piece of meat, I'm going to use this big 10-inch chef knife. Now, a carving knife would be the best, right? And I have a carving knife, but I'm choosing a flat, wide knife so I can keep straight through across the cut. Now, I'm going to go and just know how I cut. And to me, it would be a lot easier if I have a shorter plane, right? So, well, heck, let's do a 1/2-inch cut. If I do a 1/2-inch cut, what would it look like? Man, it's cutting through like butter. It really is. Okay, I'm going to go move it around so I can make sure I just have a nice, even cut across. But it really is cutting like butter. Oh, man. This is one of my most satisfying cuts I've done in a long, long time. In a long, long time. As you can tell already, look at that. Look at that. All right. Now, I love end cuts, and because this is a 2-portion, 2-pound type of deal, one bone, what will the end cut look like? They're both basically end cuts, and voila. Is that not what you believe prime rib, medium rare, should be? Man. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Okay, I'm gonna go take my little piece. I always like to have the end part of it. Man, that's it. It truly is. Truly is. Like butter. Taking that piece. Bon appetit. Mmm. Wow. Wow. Get some of that on that top. Wow. Oh boy, everybody on the interwebs. Today, I'm going to do a 2-portion prime rib roast. Happens to be near Christmas. Today's actually December 21st. Safeway, and I hear Rayleigh's has a sale in California, at least all the way until 25th. So this is $5.99 a pound, right? This is basically one bone. If it was two bone, it'd probably be four portions, 1 pound per person. 1 pound per person is the average portion, right? So I didn't have to do a lot of trimming on the fat. You know, I kept that layer of fat on there. I just, right at this point, I put salt and pepper. I want you to actually zoom in on how much salt and pepper I put in there. Because now I'm going to put it in the refrigerator for about 24 hours so it can kind of basically dry brine, right? So the outside will actually start getting drier. I'm going to pat it down again before I put my seasoning on, and I'm going to make a choice between Herb de Provence or my Traeger Prime Rib for this cook. But again, 24 hours, and I salted it, peppered it all the way around. I'm putting it in so it can air out, circulate the air in the refrigerator. 24 hours is the recommended. 4 hours the minimum. All right. Talk to you later. All right. So just took it out of the refrigerator. I probably should have shown you a shot of that. Hopefully you can see the difference between, and I'll put a comparison of before and after of how it's actually kind of dried out, right? I stood it up this way because that's how a standing rib roast stands. A regular steak would be flat, right? And as you can tell, it looks drier. But not dry to the point where it's brown. So one of my tricks is I want to get this to room temperature. But the more important part is what kind of rub am I going to use? Well, I'm going to go and use the Traeger, sorry about these cords, the Traeger Prime Rib Rub right here. This is probably about 4 tablespoons, maybe 5 tablespoons. And I'm just going to liberally rub it around here. But the more important part is I want to get it to room temperature. For this type of meat, it's probably going to be an hour. You know, and again, I'm just going to go ahead and give you quick shots of it. Snip shots. So you can see how the process is and what to look for and things like that. All right. Very liberal with the Traeger Prime Rib Rub. And of course, sprinkled it on there. And then I mopped up whatever was on the in the tray. Here's an important tip. You want to get that roast or anything you're cooking right in the middle of the oven. So that definitely isn't the center rack position. So I say it's at bottom third. So that is right in the middle here. As you can tell with that fan back there, this is a convection oven. So if I'm going to do 220, 250 on a regular oven, I'm going to drop it down 25 degrees, right? Especially on a big chunk of meat like this, and go 225 with convection or 250 conventional. Please look that up, right? Very important part. Again, trying to make sure the meat is in the middle of this oven. So it's not the middle rack. It is definitely positioned lower than that, which I say is about a third of the position, right? And then you want to make sure it's in the middle, and then understand if you have a convection or a conventional. Put the probe in there and measured it, trying to get to the center mass of that meat. And very important, very expensive piece of meat, even though it's on sale. And we're going to go ahead and make sure we monitor it to get between 115 and 120 because we want medium rare, right? And if it's not medium rare you want, try it, please. And then you can always reheat it to get to medium well, right? All right, finishing it off, broiling it at, making sure to get that broil on top. I just chose my air fryer just because it could actually fit in there, but I could do it in my oven. Okay, we'll talk about letting it rest. See all those juices? They're going into the spots they need to go into. Results, quick video. Again, this was a 2 pound, 2 plus 2.5 pound prime rib. Got it in December of 2022. Holiday sale on Safeway for $5.99 a pound. If I would have bought this in any kind of restaurant, okay, no matter what the flavor was, would it be this juicy? No, right? The flavor part, come on, look at that. Look at this. Look at this. It is juicy. Flavor part. All right, that is some flavor. Yes, 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 it is. Now, again, I charred it at the end, and you will see that. That's what the back looks like. All right, so char is flavor. It doesn't have to be hard, right? Now, look at that juice. That is medium rare. Now, if you don't, please try medium rare. If you haven't eaten medium rare before, You could always take it and then heat it up and cook it more. But this is what a steak is supposed to be like. That color, I'm not cutting it right now, but if I can cut it with a butter knife, I'll cut it with a butter knife. It is juicy.